Hello and thank you for joining us on the Monday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Ozubakun. Today on the program, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, hails Supreme Court warns CBN it must comply with its judgment as President Buhari apologizes over pains inflicted by Naira redesign policy. And later on the show, Obi hires 20 senior advocates to challenge Tinubu's victory in courts as Presidential and National Assembly polls results raise stakes for governorship and state assembly election. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Gani Kaide Balogun. So if you're ready, let the hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. The outcome of the Presidential and National Assembly elections is still generating reactions in the polity. The governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, and his younger brother, Austin Umahi, who is the Director General of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in the state, have accused the Nigerian police of compromise in the elections. Governor Umahi said some security officers allegedly connived with desperate politicians to intimidate and harass APC supporters during the polls in the states. Let's hear from him.
Yeah, let me say that, the CP of Ebonyi State that just newly posted is not doing his work. He has been here before, he's not doing his work. He's just sitting on the fence, and I've told it to his face. The IG has given, directives that all the security details must come from the Ebonyi State Command, and they have a lot of them. I provided for them. I bought vehicles for them. And so, when they went to do a meeting, all the candidates, it was also agreed that IG's instructions should be carried out. But the man is sitting on the fence, and I've told him that he will be responsible for whatever consequence will happen. Because of this excess, security people, that's why they are being used to go and rig elections. And there is evidence, on that, in Onitsha local government. And so we are not talking out of ordinary. There is nothing that happened on Saturday that we didn't warn about it. But we didn't know that security agencies in Ebonyi State had been compromised. And I don't know at what level that they were compromised. But I'm tackling it, and I'm sending message to the Commissioner of Police, and other security agents. They have to be prepared to kill everybody in the next election if they try to repeat what they did. That is my message to them.
Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State there, and we told you earlier that Mr. Austin Umahi is the campaign director general of the All Progressive Congress campaign in that state. Jide, looking at the number of governors that couldn't get their way, Dave Umahi actually made his way and he won his seat to the Senate. And looking at how that election panned out and the connivance with security forces as alleged, back and forth, all candidates, if the thing is not coming your way, you have one or two things to say about that election.
I don't, we were not there in Ebonyi. We do not know exactly what happened, and it's always fair to be fair to everyone. The only thing that shocked me, out of what the governor said, was when he accused the commissioner of police of sitting on the fence. Except if the governor does not know the meaning of sitting on the fence. In this case, it makes sense to sit on the fence if you are a security person. So, but after he said the man was sitting on, he said the IG gave instruction that they should use security men from the state. But the same IG deployed policemen from other states to beef up
security,
the available policemen in the state. So it's really me. I still don't understand what the governor is saying. One, by saying that the man sat on the fence. If indeed he sat on the fence, that was the right thing to do. Because sitting on the fence means to not commit yourself
to either side.
To either side, which is the right thing to do. If we want
simply not playing
the
ball,
sanctity of our election to be maintained. Now, the second thing is, he said that people were harassed, APC supporters were brutalized in the course of that election, meaning that the police simply looked the other way while people were being harassed to vote a particular candidate. We don't have all the facts, but we've been told that vote suppression also happened in the Southeast. A lot of noise has been made about vote suppression that happened in Lagos.
Allegedly.
There are videos, we've seen some of those things. No one is saying that it was right to do that. We don't need anybody to intimidate voters. Let voters express their wish. If you have done your own work sufficiently, you don't need to intimidate voters. That is my opinion. Because I'm not a politician, and I have no sympathy for any party, although some people will imagine that they can think for me, are saying that I have sympathy for a political party, that their people have been abusing me for years. So you don't need to intimidate people. But if it is true, because the governor said something that sounded strange to me, that even a so-called chief security officer in the state will say, he said, if they repeat what happened the last time, then they should be ready to kill all the people in Ebonyi. Which means he's saying that his own party, APC, was at the receiving end of intimidation, brutalization, in the name of casting their ballots. That one was clear to me what he meant. But the phrase, sitting on the fence, given my own knowledge of English and the meaning of phrases, the meaning of idioms, I think that he was indirectly saying that the man refused to commit. But if at the same time, another thing that he appeared to say was that the policemen from outside the state were the ones who allowed rigging to happen. So let's just, this rigging thing, everybody is accusing the other of rigging. Already APC has said that they are even filing a cross appeal. So it's not Obi alone or Atiku alone that is accusing people of rigging. We've seen now a governor come out to say in his state that rigging happened. His own people are not allowed to exercise their franchise, just the way it came from their heart. So in the fullness of time, we'll get more facts about this, but this is the best that I can glean from what he said.
GKB, I still maintain what I said earlier, that this one will make accusation down. That's what they've been doing after the election.
Yeah, it is the standard playbook, the post-election playbook of political parties, that wherever you've won, the elections are fair. Wherever you've lost, something must be wrong. There's a Yoruba saying that says that if you insist on looking for your father's debtors, sooner or later you'll meet your mother's creditors. And that's what I'm saying. So in the process of trying to say the other party is rigging, if they dig deep enough, they also find out areas where you think you have a comparative advantage to do exactly the same thing you're accusing the other party of. I think ultimately what we're going to find out is that everybody will go to court, complain of the same thing across the board. Because maybe somebody will complain about the one in Lagos, another party will complain about the one in the East, another party will complain about the one in the North. So we are looking at the next few weeks. It's going to be very interesting, based on the fact that a lot of noise has been made about rigging in certain parts of the country, while they are totally quiet about the same thing. We also have video of in other parts of the country. It's going to be a very interesting.
It's just a classic case of what Tubaba, Two-Face Libya, that is song where he said nobody holy pass. When it comes to politics in our country, nobody holy pass. Nobody are your holy pass. They are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
The Nigerian politicians are cut from the same cloth.
The smartest.
You can almost even come to the conclusion that they are all products of the same loins, except that one is not biologically possible. But to come and be grandstanding and be making it look like you are a Puritan, that
to discredit the entire exercise.
Yeah, that's the question we keep asking them.
It is ridiculous to discredit the entire exercise because you will even fail at that.
Yeah.
A situation in which 20 governors lost election. They couldn't win in their state.
Governors.
20 out of 36.
Lost.
It's unprecedented.
Lost.
It's by far unprecedented. They couldn't help. They couldn't. In the past, governors will write result now.
They will stroll in now.
So what are we talking about?
They already write the acceptance speech, even before the election.
Yes.
Because they are so sure they will win.
They will even say, this result will embarrass my Oga. Change it.
Let me adjust a little bit.